I would just go up to someone, then I'll pull out like a piece of sponge from their ear. I'll just look confused, I'll give it to them, they'll just walk away. Then they'll be super confused, like what is this thing in their ear? Then I'll just walk back a bit, okay, actually I'm a magician, can I show you something cool?
Alright, so we are Magic Duo. My name's Darren.
And my name is Jerryl.
And we do magic.
I started magic when I was the age of 12. So that was about 2 years ago. I'm kidding, that was like years ago. So I started going down my void deck, the playgrounds. I see all the kids playing with their parents. So I perform for the children as well as their parents. And when I started performing for the kids, the parents were like, oh, so cute, this little boy doing magic for my children.
You said that there was a group of people downstairs who always wait for you.
Yeah, so they always know me. They're like, hey magician, how are you? Hey, come show us something.
So like in very similar fashion, I started when I was, 10. I watched like a stage magician perform on a cruise ship. And I stayed inside the cruise room to practice some of like the tricks, and then started showing some of my family members. Blew them away, and then I was like hooked by that adrenaline to perform for people and also to receive laughter and amazement from my family. And I even got into like basking also. It was damn scary to perform for people on the street. That's why it helps a lot to master like your craft. Very difficult for a magician to bask because you have to stop a crowd to start a show. Unlike like singers will have to keep going on and on and on, then people who walk past can drop some into like their heads or whatsoever. So before we were a duo, we were performing individually. And then he actually like brought up the idea. He was like asking me, do I want to work together? There was a certain type of like unique selling point to perform together as a duo. And
I guess the kind of magic that we both like are like storytelling magic. So magic with like a reason and a purpose. Because stories have the power to really draw someone into your narrative and really pay attention. And if you use magic, it just amplifies that effect.
Staring at a white ceiling above, I thought to myself, I miss home.
We script a lot of like comedy lines into our show because like in general, that type of like mood they want to bring across to like people, it's like a very like fun and lively show from two dudes that just love to have fun.
Eric, think of a book. Okay, which one did Jerryl's here?
Naughty boy.
But nowadays our magic ideas kind of differ a little bit more. He's more towards the mellow, the more like serious, like with like a deep meaning behind it. Yeah. So that's him. For me, I like the very just very crazy and fun stuff, and things that people can relate to. Yeah. So you gotta think of how to merge those two together. So it's not like wow, always very serious, not always so funny also. So it just brings our audience on a roller coaster. But with COVID, I guess I really miss performing in person. So I perform for my friends, then I got like super good reaction that I want to show.
Right now we are like vying with a lot of other forms of like entertainment. I think like 10-20 years back, magic's like quite hot among like corporate bookings. But now you have like a lot of like social media, entertainment, and a lot of other variety acts. Magic isn't like the first thing that people relate to when thinking of the arts. People's idea of like magic is just that it's for entertainment's sake, and that's all. And it's for kids, just for them to like laugh and like be merry about. But we are still like trying to make small steps to change that narrative and to make people see that we can tell a story with like magic and can make that moment a lot more like impactful and meaningful. We got a lot of our live bookings cancelled, so we no longer perform at restaurants regularly. And then we had to quickly pivot to doing like virtual. I think like one good thing about virtual is that although we miss all the live reaction and all, we're able to perform for people all around the world. So we get like bookings from like Malaysia, from the US and whatnot. Early on when we were deciding what to perform for the virtual medium, we knew a couple of things. One, we're not going to do our usual stage routines because it's a different like medium. Two, we have to like reinvent the performance style and like the effects, and so we brought in different ideas like optical illusions into the show, anamorphic illusion and like perspective illusion to really make use of the screen that people are watching it through. And finally, we wanted to retain the element of physical interaction.
So before the show starts, they actually have like prompts inside the box that they can use during the show itself. For me, I've never ever told someone that all magic is real.
No, but this is a very, very interesting philosophical question. For the longest time, I don't know how to like answer that question. There are like magicians like Penn and Teller who just straight up and say like, oh, magic is fake. Never indulge in that. But then there are very good like magicians who, in that moment, create a fantasy that magic is real.
Copperfield doesn't really tell people that it's not real.
Yeah. In some way, when I'm performing, I put on like a persona, like an actor playing the role of a magician. So you have to convince everybody in a room that what you're doing is real. It's like special effects.